Hey everybody, how's it going? Ruben here. Gonna do a quick video. I'll try to make it quick. A video of a pedal board that I've had for a long time. Kind of like a secondary pedal board. Actually, no. Yeah, I have 3 pedal boards and this is my smallest one. Anyway, I've taken pictures of the board and I posted it throughout on Instagram, and also I did a video sometime last year of an amp called the Nocturne Betty Blonde Shell from Nocturne Amps, Tavo Vega. And I was using this board and somebody asked if I would do a video one day on that board, and I never got around to doing it, and today I'm actually gonna do it. So on that video, it basically is a rockabilly style little combo amp. And I kind of did a video on what it would be like to do Van Halen stuff on that little rockabilly combo. And I used my Van Halen to go board on that video, and that's what I call it, my Van Halen to go, because basically it's a skateboard, one of my son's old skateboard, and I modified it and added some pedals on top, and I mounted a power supply on the bottom of it. And it's basically Van Halen to go. And you can plug this in front of any clean amp, or as you'll see today in my video, I'm actually plugging it into my old Mesa Mark III, but you don't see anything on the input jack here. See, there's no cable in there, because what I'm doing is I'm actually plugging the pedal board into the return of the effects loop. So I'm bypassing the preamp. I'm not using the treble, the mid, the bass, none of that. I'm just strictly using the power amp section, the tube power amp section of the amp. And the reason I'm doing that, because I wanted to show that the primary tone of my board, as you'll see in a bit, is the 5150 overdrive. And that in essence is a preamp, because you have gain, treble, middle, bass, output, and there's a boost button on there, and it has a noise gate built in as well, which is really neat. So in essence, that's my preamp, and I'm plugging into the power amp, bypassing the amp's preamp, and just going straight to, because I wanted you guys to hear how this pedal stands on its own as a preamp, and you can plug it into a tube power amp. If you had like a PV Classic, I think the 120, where it's 60 watts each side, it runs on EL84s or whatever, you can actually just plug straight into a tube power amp, or just a regular power amp if you want, but tube's preferred, and get a really good tone. So I'm going to demonstrate that to you today, but let me show you the board. And it's a skateboard, and it's not super heavy, but here it is. It's my Van Halen to go. As you see, it's a real skateboard. And I mounted the pedals on top. So as the chain goes from over here where the phaser is, it's an EVH Phase 90, the old style one where the stripes is actually wrapped around the entire pedal. Now, I don't know why they're doing this, but they only have the stripe scheme on the face of the pedal, and sorry, that doesn't look cool. It looks like, to me, it looks like a Chinese clone of the EVH Phase 90 pedal. I don't know why they're doing that, but anyway, I have that here first in line. The guitar goes into the Phase 90, and after that I have an EP booster, which I don't know if you guys know, it's by Exotic, and EP stands for Echoplex. So it's basically kind of like the preamp circuit of the old Echoplex that Edward used to use, because and a lot of guys, they used to use the Echoplex because the preamp section gave a little bit of a boost, or did something to the tone. So I'm using that as well. And then in the middle, as you see, is the Eddie Van Halen EVH 5150 overdrive pedal. And I kind of have it set as I kind of would set a 5150 amp, where I have the mids back down about 3 o'clock, the treble maybe 2 o'clock, and the bass around 11 o'clock. And the gain I have right up at noon, because I think it's plenty of gain. There's this pedal amp. This pedal has a lot of gain on tap, and right up the middle is fine. If I need any more, you know, if I want just that extra push over the cliff, as Nigel would say, I just kick on the EP booster. After that, I go into a micro flanger. Again, you know, it's a small board, it's a skateboard, so I'm just trying to keep it minimal. You know, yeah, I'm sure the EVH flanger would be the way to go if I'm calling it Van Halen to go, but at the same time, you know, I have a real estate, you know, situation, so I need to keep the pedals small. So, and the micro flanger is bad. It's a really, I love this flanger. And then at the very end, I have a carbon copy analog delay, which has become like one of the industry standards over the years. You know, a lot of people love this. I love this pedal. It's an amazing pedal. Everybody from Steve Stevens to David Gilmour use this pedal. It's a great pedal. So that, and then on the bottom, I have a power supply by Coda Music. And basically I just drilled some holes and then put some clear like shipping tape to hold it. And then through the holes, I put some heavy duty zip ties or wire ties, whatever you want to call that. And that's it. And then to keep the wheels from moving, because you know it's a skateboard, I just put some Loctite right there in where the axle is, and it doesn't go anywhere. So that's the board, and I use it, you know, when I need just straight up, you know, show up and do some rock stuff, heavy stuff, Van Halen, whatever, and I can use anything as far as a tube amp goes, and I can have my tone and a great tone that I would enjoy playing the entire night. So this is a really neat little board. I love it, and let's hear how it sounds. So I'm gonna put it down, and I'm gonna face it my way, so when I play the guitar, I can, you know, see what I'm hitting. Again, like I said, this is the Mesa Boogie Mark III, the last series of the amp. I think it's a green stripe. I think that was the last series. So like I said, I'm not plugging into the input. I'm going to the effects loop return in the back. So there's settings here. Yeah, you'll see treble and bass are all set at certain, you know, settings, but I don't want to change for when I plug in front of the amp because I like those settings. So, but I'm bypassing all that right now. The only thing that works right now is the master volume, and that's it. There's an EQ here as well, but I have it set in the middle, which means the EQ is not engaged. You know, up is auto, meaning it's only used on the lead channel. Down is EQ in, meaning it's used across the board in the clean mode, a rhythm mode, and the lead mode. But I have it in the middle, which means I'm bypassing it all. So without further ado, got a pick here, and I'm gonna get a guitar. Get this old Wolfgang 98 Pat Pending Special USA Special, which is an amazing fat sounding guitar. Maybe the fact that it's all basswood and it's just straight up, you know, no contour. It's just like a Telecaster on steroids, just a block of wood, a couple of pickups, and a lock-in tremolo, and that's all you need. So let me actually play the amp clean. So what you're hearing there is just the power amp. No EQ from the amp because I'm bypassing the preamp. It's just the power amp, the tubes and power giving the tone. And it's not bad. Sounds really cool. And actually, since I'm in the clean sound, let's start playing with the pedals. I hit the delay, so you can hear that. And then I'll do the flanger. Let's do some Let's try to do some. Let's see. How does that go? Great, you know, it sounds. Put the detune back. So there you go. So let's turn off the flanger, turn off the delay, and turn on the pedal. So here's clean. Here's the overdrive. Put the output up a little bit more. Make the lulls up a bit. It sounds great, you know. It's just the pedal into a clean power amp. Like I said, I gave you the settings, and it sounds really neat. Let's go Van Halen, old Van Halen. Put a little bit of delay, phase 90. Phase 90. This is a riff, one of my songs. I have a SoundCloud. Look for Ruben Reza on SoundCloud, and this is a song I put up a few months ago called C-sharp Minority, and kind of has a Van Halen vibe, 1984 type of thing. So this is the riff to that, just to kind of give more of an idea of the tone of this little pedal board. I haven't kicked on the EP booster yet, but let's do that. Why not? I have it. Let's do it. Off. So yeah, so it works great. Again, clean. Straight into the power amp. Switching guitar picks here. Straight into the power amp. Phase 90, it's clean. EP booster clean with the phase 90. 5150 overdrive. Flanger, yeah, I'm going crazy. I'm gonna add them all in. And the delay at the end. Turn all this off. Anyway, there it is. That is my pedal board. And again, the chain, as I showed earlier, that's kind of the way you want to go with a pedal board in general. You want to do anything that's kind of EQ or tone shaping. Well, that's not a hard and fast rule, but that's kind of like the norm. You have like a wah in the front. I use a phase 90 before the overdrive because I like what it does from an EQ perspective, the way it sweeps before any overdrive. The boost right before the overdrive because I want it to boost the overdrive, want it to be right in front of the overdrive. And then after that, is where you want your time-based effects, so the flanger and your delay after that, because that's where they sound the best and cleanest. If you were running this in front of a dirty amp, you know, the delay and the flanger might not sound very pleasing. But the phase 90, I think a lot of guys call it a time-based effect and put it along with like choruses and flangers and stuff. But to me, I don't know. It almost feels like it's more of an EQ sweep more than a time-based effect. So I like to have it in the front, you know, like where the wahs go and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it. That's my Van Halen to go board. And I hope it was helpful with you guys. If you guys want to put something, you know, like that together quickly, it's great, man. You just put it in a backpack or just toss it in the backseat of your car, show up to any place. If they have a good little tube amp, plug right in. I've plugged it into combos, into this, in front of a Marshall. I set a Marshall JCM 800 all the way straight to clean in front of that. At the Whiskey, they use Black Star amps, and I set the amp there to clean, and I run this in front because I know my tone, I know everything I can get out of my board, and it's just been really great, very successful, and very happy with the sounds I get. Consistent sound across the board wherever I go with this thing. And it looks cool. And I really, honestly, I can't believe all the compliments I get from it. People come up to me all the time, hey man, what is that board? And then like, oh, it's just one of my son's old skateboards, and I just put some pedals on it, and everybody really digs it. I like it. It sounds amazing. It's totally pro, and it's compact, and it's a Van Halen to go. So apologize on the plane. It's a little bit earlier in the morning, and I just didn't practice. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Anyway, this is Ruben. Thanks again, guys, and feel free to follow me on Instagram at ruben.reza84. Like I said, I have a SoundCloud where I have a bunch of original instrumental music, and I'm always writing. I'm writing some more right now. A lot of stuff that I'm writing right now is like I'm putting a compilation together, kind of a tribute to Eddie Van Halen. So the stuff that I'm writing right now is very, very Van Halen influence and sounding like. I hope you guys will dig it when I put that out there. And YouTube, look for Ruben Reza on YouTube and Facebook, Twitter. I think that's it. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot, and I'll be talking to you.